Country's President Olafur Grimsson joins me on the phone now. Mr. Grimsson, welcome back to the show. Good to talk to you again. So, we were just hearing a clip there. British Treasury Minister saying the UK will continue to pursue this till they get their money back. You've got the Dutch Finance Minister saying Iceland has an obligation to pay his country back. This can't be very good for your country, can it?
No, well, it's a great pleasure to speak to you again, and I'm very pleased to be able to correct these misleading statements from Danny Alessanders and others, because the fact of the matter is that both Britain and the Netherlands will get up to $9 billion out of the estate of Landsbanki, and the first payment to Britain and the Netherlands will be made this summer, within a few months. So it's absolutely incorrect and misleading. I can't really understand why a minister in the Treasury is indicating that Britain is not going to get its money back when the big sum they are going to receive from the estate of Landsbanki is the biggest sum that has ever been paid out in Icelandic history.
Yeah, but Mr. Grimsson, they're saying that
the Icelandic dispute
forgive me, sir, but they're saying that this isn't good enough.
Whether there is
Mr.
a state
Grimsson,
guarantee on this or not. Sorry.
Let me ask, they're saying that it's not good enough. Are you concerned that the dispute could derail Iceland's bid to join the European Union?
Not at all, because when other member states of the European realize that now it's absolutely certain, despite this referendum, that out of the estate, Britain and the Netherlands will get up to $9 billion, they will think it's absolutely silly for Britain and the Netherlands to maintain that position. And I in fact think that Danny Alessander has not been properly informed about what's the nature of this issue. The referendum was simply about whether there would be an interest payment on this, and whether there was a state guarantee under the European regulation.
Okay, well, actually, speaking of European regulation, Mr. Grimsson, Iceland is a member of the European Economic Area. That means the country has signed up to certain trade and finance rules that include having a system in place to ensure deposits.
Absolutely, and that's what we're doing. That is why out of the estate, Britain and the Netherlands will get, in fact, more and higher sum than is necessary to cover the deposits. And the essence of the European regulations is that this is a free market, that there is not a state guarantee behind private banks.
Okay, but Mr. Grimsson, the EFTA Surveillance Authority has said that Iceland has violated the rules by not backing the depositors and indeed by reimbursing domestic savers before foreigners.
No, I'm sorry, that's not correct. What they have said and reiterated that just now is that if Britain and the Netherlands will get back money that cover what they paid out to the depositors, that will be sufficient in the opinion of the EFTA Surveillance Authority. And the $9 billion that they're going to get with the first payment coming this summer will do more than cover that.
Mr. Grimsson, Moody's has made it very clear that a rejection of IceSave would trigger a rating downgrade to junk. This must concern you.
No, it doesn't really, because the record of Moody in estimating Iceland is really abysmal, because when the banks were in their difficult stages, Moody's gave them AAA ratings. So I think Moody's should really consider that major foreign companies like Rio Tinto and Alcoa and others now want to invest in Iceland for huge amount of money. In fact, Rio Tinto has just announced that they are going to invest over $500 billion in a new and renewed aluminum smelter in Iceland. And investors from both Europe and America last week became major shareholders in Icelandic shipping companies and, in fact, in an Icelandic bank. So the fact of the matter is that the international financial and business community is investing now in Iceland in a big way.
Well, but there are many investors that would be extremely concerned by the events that we've seen transpire between your country, the IceSave dispute with the UK and the Netherlands. How soon do you think your country is going to be able to normalize relations with the international investor community?
Well, we have excellent relations with the international investment community, as the examples which I pointed out to you confirm. Do you think major U.S. and European investors would have decided last week and in previous months to invest in Iceland if we didn't have excellent relations with them? The fact of the matter is that the predictions that were coming out in Britain and the Netherlands over a year ago when the first referendum took place.
Okay, Mr. Grimsson, a very quick one to you, a very quick one. The European Free Trade Association Court could end up imposing harsher terms on Iceland than those rejected in Saturday's vote. Are you concerned about this?
No, I'm not, because I think when people finally realize that by the end of this year and next year, Britain and the Netherlands will have received over $9 billion US. When people finally realize that, they will see there isn't really any case against Iceland, because this money is paid out of the estate of the bank. Unfortunately, it turns out that the estate of the failed bank is much stronger than anybody expected 2 years ago, so they will be able to cover this sum.